Okay, so this is a deck list that someone used to qualify for the set championship during the last Alchemy qualifier weekend. It's playing 4 copies of Saiba Syphoner here, which is actually my Alchemy spoiler card for that Alchemy set. Pretty sweet one, kind of Snapcaster-esque card. We've got this, Fable, and Bloodthirsty Adversary as threats in this deck. We got Molten Impact, really fantastic card advantage removal spell. Expressive Iteration, one of the best card advantage spells printed in the last little while. And then there's a bunch of even main deck Orvar the All Form. I think I might be a little bit less metagamey and split these two, just because there's been a little bit less red-black on the ladder, but still some. So let's start here and see how it goes. Cube is a tactic to pull gold out of the economy right before a new set. Well, actually, if you always 3-0 your cube drafts, you actually end up making gold. So really, it's a tactic to give players extra gold right before the new set releases, so long as they're good at the game. Oh, why thank you, sir. I would like to lick your boot again. Bottom that. I kind of like another blue land for Siphoner. This makes treasures, but... Perfect. Second one of these. I think I want some extra removal spells here, huh? We'll get Fable of the Kiki-Jiki this turn, and then next turn we can iterate. Ow! That's, it's a good turn for us. I'm gonna be greedy here and ditch the land. We've got these 2 draws plus iteration to find land. Test of Talents is not really going to have a text box here. I'm gonna kill the Usher before this trigger resolves, so they could be finding a value here, right? We're so smart and thin, chat. It's the smartest, thinnest Magic the Gathering player you'll ever meet. And Library Exile. Smart enough to double block. Sedge. So I'm gonna put a stop on my main phase so we can Expressive Iteration and then Saiba Syphoner in response. And Library Exile. Feels like we're starting to stabilize here. I need like another piece of card advantage or like another reflection of the Kiki would be good. So let me filter some of these lands through. Yeah, the Sagas are double face cards, is accurate. This is where the Magic the Gathering happens, chat. Live and in Technicolor. Yoke. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lizard on a chair, take my hands. We'll make it, I swear. I'm kind of surprised they played this out with the Molten Impact trigger waiting to happen. Alright. So we're technically ahead right now. No blocks, go to 7. Oh, I should have played a land. Alright, if they attack with Captain here, I get to Abrade, Faceless Haven, and then block trade with the Captain. Alright, we're back in a spot now where we technically need a live draw to be in this. We got a few turns. They have another threat here. Test of Talents is a big sad pickup. Oh, man. This deck definitely has some tech choices that are punishing us here. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get punished for not playing a land 2 turns ago, huh? No, wait, am I a liar? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, actually I can do this, and then we can kick this 3 times. So I think it's Molten Impact, Electrostatic Blast, Expressive Iteration. I could also just Prismari Command because my hand is trash. Well, I could Fading Hope my Vampire. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I was supposed to do that. I don't know, there's some value in just attacking them this turn too, though, right? Definitely a big swing. Cast this for X's. I only need 4, right? Magic the Gathering is a high skill, low variance game. It's fine. We're gonna draw. Chat! That's her 4th captain! It's their 4th captain! Good God! Please, please stop! Please stop! Oh man, oh no. Oh no. Alright, come on, we gotta draw our 2nd Bloodthirsty Adversary. Come on, deck. Come on, Bloodthirsty Adversary. God. What a game. What a game. Someone asked earlier why I talk about it being silly to fly around the country to play Magic. Imagine that game that you just saw, only I drove 10 hours the day before to get to the tournament hall. You have to be young and dumb to do something like that. It's easy to just laugh it off when it's just chill here, hanging out, no big deal. Or just like, when I get done for the day, I'm gonna walk upstairs and see my family. People drive 10 hours to go to Vegas. Yeah, but the upside of Las Vegas is that there's actually money to be made when you go to Las Vegas, whereas the ceiling on how much money you can make being the best or luckiest Magic player in the room is very low in comparison. There's also a lot more to do in Las Vegas than just gamble. I'm not even a huge Vegas fan myself. Yeah. I actually prefer the theater and the buffets in Las Vegas, if I'm being honest. It's been a while. When was the last time I was in Vegas? I think Christy was pregnant with Jake the last time we were in Las Vegas. like summer, God, what was 8 years ago? Summer 2014? Playing the full 4 adversaries. You can see our deck list by typing !deck in chat or by using the overlay widget on your screen. Oh no! Oh wait. Prismari Command kills this, right? That's fine. This doesn't protect itself, right? Another permanent you control. Got it. Alright, so Shatter Treasure. And Library Exile. Huh. I would like to flay your mind. Step into my office. And this notably doesn't get got by Skyclave Apparition, which is great. Zangrief! Thanks for the 3 cube months. Thanks for the tier 2. I wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Appreciate you keeping me around. Yeah, Fable the Mirror Breaker is super powerful, Breadbox. Yeah, Valorous Stance also dodges on Mind Flayer. It's a 3/3. My body is ready for them to play Athalia onto and for me to never draw a 3rd land. Sometimes lucky. Molten Impact is like oppressively good in these creature matchups. And Library Exile? The Big Fudge. Thanks for sticking around for 2 years. Welcome back. We go land pass here. I assume they're going to exile the adversary here. Yep. I'm allergic to all this value, chat. Hand, library, exile. Legion Angel, please come to my side of the battlefield. Legion Angel. Do 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 be do 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 be do do do. We just like get to tempo them to hell and back here. The illusion of choice, chip. Despite our first game being pretty unlucky, it was a pretty commanding set for us. I think I might adjust our deck a little bit. The Tested Talents in the main deck feels a little bit too metagamey to me. I think the people playing a 1-3 split of Legion Angel in best of 3 have their deck built in correctly. I think a 2-2 split of Legion Angel is pretty reasonable. I don't even know if I like Test of Talents more than Negate, if I'm being honest. Maybe we just play a main deck Negate. It's a lot less narrow to set a low bar. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn these Tested Talents into Negates in the 75. Well, Mono Green, if you haven't seen it, there's a video up on my YouTube channel. It's very powerful and good in Alchemy right now. Definitely the best creature deck. But I agree with you in general. Meathook Massacre and Molten Impact hurt a lot of these smaller creature decks, like the Mono White deck we just played against. It is not a particularly good choice at the moment. The white on the pathways is only for Archon out of the sideboard, so game 1, these are always on their blue or red side. Alright, let's see how this goes against, black-red here. I assume the black-red matchup is what the Tested Talents were for. I also assume they're what the Cosmos Elixirs in the sideboards are for, so. I don't want to play out a second adversary into a Meathook here. This is pretty peak playing against red-black. I have 1 card in hand and they have 6. We're a little bit ahead on board at least, but a Meathook will quickly change that. Molten Impact should probably be a deal 3, not 4, huh? Oh yeah, they had 7. That's true. Alright, they're losing themselves enough life here that, that's actually a very good draw as well. Yeah, the treasure from this command could potentially let this haul push for lethal. We'll see. They could have a 2-mana removal spell to stop that. They could also just like hold up high for the Eye Tyrant. Okay, with that draw, I'm just attacking. This token is gorgeous and borderless. Oh, fuck. That's so bad. I didn't realize this was killing my thing. I was looking at the token art. I'm just abrading the City Stalker. What's going on, J Boogie? Thanks for the 2 years. Welcome back. Hey, thanks for the 19 months. Thanks for checking out the Every Plate sponsor. They're good. They're good stuff. I think we Prismari Command here. And then shock the adversary, shatter their artifact. Lost some of their life gain here. To the credit of our deck chat, it is doing its best to try and grind this game out here. Our creature lands and our Syphoners here might drag us across the finish line. Big Snapcaster energy this game. So this is gonna cast a Molten Impact and something else. Oh. It's the difference between Every Plate and HelloFresh. The big thing Every Plate does better than a lot of the other meal delivery services that exist out there is their point of sales is cheaper. So obviously there's a discount when you use my code to start, but even once the promo rate falls off, they're only about $5 per serving. Whereas other meal delivery services tend to be a good bit above that. Also running with the promo, if you're someone that's thinking about submitting a deck for the Streets of New Capenna release to be played on stream at the end of the month, anyone that uses my promo with every plate to get some fresh meals delivered to their home gets a deck submission with it as well. And the couple of points of life their artifact gained them were so huge this game. I think it gained them exactly 3, right? Would really love to draw an Expressive Iteration here. Get some card advantage of our own. Yep, and they just want to try and close this game out now, it looks like. Alright, all the Storm Giants chat just trucking along here. I want to play all my lands out here because things like Expressive Iteration and Bloodthirsty Adversary mean I want to have a lot of lands into play. Windows 10 actually has a built-in clipboard manager. The Abrade doesn't actually do anything here, right? I guess I want the extra counter on this, though. I guess I use the Prismari Command and the Abrade to kill the Bloodthirsty Adversary as opposed to putting them to 1. Just cut their pressure off here. Have we had 0 Expressive Iterations in 15 cards? We have, huh? All sad. Our opponent's seen twice as many cards as us so far this game. They've got 30 cards left in their deck. We've got 45. Definitely want to use our treasures to play this out. Bam, bam, bam. Them firing up Hive is kind of scary. Well, I guess untapped land here lets them block with the other Hive, right? Solar blocker. My God, we're actually dead. They have exactly enough lands to fire up both Hives, and they have Menace. They have a chump blocker. Absolutely brutal. I think this is the Cosmos Elixir matchup. Negate seems good. Fading Hope seems not great. Abrade seems mediocre. Prismari Command's only okay, huh? It was greedy and risky to discard the Fable. I was dead on board. What do you want me to cast the Fable and just guaranteed lose? Come on, Twitch chat. Yeah, you cast the Fable and then you can't activate this. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move on. We removed the person that was wrong from chat and I'll move on. Mind Flayer actually seems okay here against their Invoke. Just confidently incorrect. Never changed with shit. Or maybe do. Maybe consider changing. One of the two. Listen, chat, if you want to be confidently incorrect in my chat, at least do me the decency of giving me your Twitch Prime sub first. Then we'll cut you some slack. Otherwise, off with their head. Our hand that I kept obviously wasn't particularly strong, but mulliganing a bunch in a matchup where they're going to play a bunch of discard spells is not a particularly good strategy for winning, so that's definitely a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. I am confidently incorrect all the time, but that's salesmanship. My elementary school teacher wrote on my grades that I was frequently incorrect, frequently wrong, but seldom in doubt. That's such a great way to put it. Library, exile, take a redraw. And library, exile, play a tap land. I've talked about this before, but one of the things is, as I've branched out more on Twitch into other games, the level of backseating in the average Magic the Gathering Twitch stream is so incredibly high compared to other non-Magic games on the platform. And not even just like the confidently incorrect backseating, but just kind of in general. In a lot of other games, it's considered pretty rude to backseat like players just do all the time in Magic. And like, I cut my teeth streaming and making content doing Magic, so it's like kind of whatever. It mostly rolls off, but it's really interesting that the culture in other parts of Twitch is very different. And that's not considered acceptable behavior. Yelling, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them when you're playing Tomb Raider doesn't feel the same. I mean, like, puzzly type stuff, Tumos. There's a lot to backseat in those types of games. Yeah, I actually think a big part of it is the turn-based factor. I would wager is a big part of it. I'm gonna iterate. Never lucky. Ever, ever, ever. Good God. We just haven't tried any removal spells this game either, huh? We like cast a bunch of iterations, but like we didn't have any iterations in the first game, and now we just have all iterations in this game. I think we can only kick this once, because we need to find a removal spell and cast it here. Maybe I'm supposed to do the dig 6 deep actually. Good golly, chat. I'm actually through half our deck. There are 36 cards by deck. So we've put cards in the bottom with Expressive Iteration. So we're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, Siphoner costs 2, but it just like doesn't do anything for me, right? It like gets me back another Expressive Iteration, and then I'm dead to the Hive of the Eye Turret. Guess we were probably dead either way. Rough beats. First game was pretty good. That second game, not a whole lot to do. It's got pretty thoroughly buried. So we don't want to iteration on 2, because we want to be able to hit a land with it. We need a rematch in the red-black matchup. I could have negated that, but I kind of wanted the ramp spell. Stalker feels bad. I don't need another Fable. I think I want the extra Molten Impact in hand here. Being able to cut through their stuff seems pretty valuable. We have an extra 1 damage on our next instant or sorcery from this Molten Impact. I assume they have another removal spell to deal with this flipping over as well. We spew our 1 damage by casting this now, but I don't want to have to sit on an instant or sorcery forever just for that little bit of value. Hand, library, exile. Yeah, there's definitely a few different red-black variations in this format. Anvil and mid-range is a big difference. The Anvil deck notably doesn't play Undercity Plunder typically. Well, yeah, the red-black in Standard is more fun to play against because the deck's not very good. It's more fun to play against decks that are bad. Whereas, like, in this format, they get to play a bunch of really powerful busted cards. This land has an arc shape to it because it is a token that was created by Orvar. To be fair, it's not difficult to be worse than the Alchemy deck. The Alchemy deck's pretty cracked. Are they just dead to my creature land then? Looks like it. Maybe if I mouse over the Hall of the Storm Giants a lot, they'll stop thinking about this and realize they're dead. The Easter Bunny informed me that it left 100 eggs in my backyard. And my children recovered 98 eggs during the Easter egg hunt. So we'll have a fun first lawn mowing of the season later this week. Christy and I are gonna have to go out there and do another pass before I do, but we didn't see them yesterday. That might end up just being a treat for the lawnmower. Real eggs or plastic eggs? Chat, everybody knows the Easter Bunny only lays plastic eggs. Come on now. Wait, did they just put me on the play? Okay. Is this where we're at? We're just like, you have so many discard spells, you want to put me on the play? Yeah, they want the extra card. No, that's calculated shit. Or they misclicked, one of the two. This is such a fantastic card to have drawn after they duress me. Armory is huge. Rats. All right, I just added a command chat because it just went live for purchasing. So last week I showed off the metal edition of the vampire token that Cool Stuff Inc. did up for me. You can get a paper version of this token with Streets of New Capenna pre-order stuff up there, but the metal token is going to be having a limited edition run, and they went on sale today between now and May 1st. Well, plenty of plugs for it over the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to do it in the middle of a game here. I think we're just chilling. Maybe I'm supposed to attack, actually. I am going to make sure... I'm going to make sure I get token number 69 for some type of charity auction. And then, if we end up minting enough of them from sales, I'm gonna also make sure I get my hands on 420. Cool stuff. The Cool Stuff Inc. person that I was working with said that they usually sell somewhere between like 100 and 300 of them though, so 420 might not happen. They won't put in the order to make them until we see how many we have ordered, so however many get ordered is how many will exist. I don't want number 69, but I want an NFT of 69. Man, the full art sagas look so sick. I guess they look a little bit awkward at the very bottom, but the procedurally generated. Alright, so we'll sacrifice the creature. And then I think I'm gonna sack the one that is closer to flipping, because the one that's gonna flip is probably just gonna die anyways, right? Knowing my luck, they're gonna untap and play a City Stalker Connoisseur next turn. I guess attacking with that is loose if I might be able to copy it soon. Oh, yeah, the token one doesn't transform. That's true. Forgot about that. Good call. The next instant or sorcery I cast also has the Electrostatic on it as well. That's also a pretty decent pickup. Just gonna keep making treasure tokens here. We can actually negate and then snap negate as well, so they're gonna need 3 removal spells to get through reflection here. It's a little unfortunate to lose Electrostatic Blast in this instance, but it is what it is. Okay, and now we're gonna get to reflection of the Kiki Jiki, my negate, or my Saiba Syphoner. Kiki Jiki, my Snapcaster Mage. It's actually better than Kiki Jiki Snapcaster Mage, right? Because, like, it going back to my hand is so much better. Listen, chat, I don't know if this deck is good, but it's certainly great. Yeah, look, it turned out really good, Paula. End step, blast them, untap, kick the Storko. Base is the place. So anyways, we started blasting. Better Snapcaster. It's different Snapcaster. Different Snapcaster. It's more cost prohibitive. And only costs 2 under certain conditions. It's honestly a really good design. Great use of the digital design space. Handcaster Mage. Maybe. Alright, let's get in one more good match with this deck, and then we'll swap on over to some Uniting Pokemon for the afternoon, huh? It's not great if they're playing like white aggro, but pretty reasonable to most other things. Oh, is this the red-black player again? This is the red-black player. This seems great. Deal and into it. Played 4 matches of Alchemy. Played against red-black 3 times. Oh, that's just smart right there, Sporadic Penguin. Discard an additional card. Yeah, you get to land, right? And Library Exile. Anyways, I started blasting. Library Exile. This Expressive Iteration back again, huh? Yeah, I chill with these. I don't want to be able to kill one and then attack with this for free. That is our only main deck Negate that's now gone, though, off that Electrostatic Blast, is worth noting. Yes, this is a rematch into the person we played in the last round. And Library Exile. Huh. Yeah, I should just kill their thing there. Have a lot of removal spells. This is a shock reflection of the Kiki Jiki loot 2. Just churn through these lands. right to hold that land for filtering, but our deck's also pretty good at spending a lot of mana. They named blue there. I wonder if that was a misclick. Sometimes it do be like that. If you're me, it oftentimes do be like that. So the best way to submit a deck donation, you can find all the details right here on my website, Saibates. Right. Hull the Storm Giants has really flexed a good bit in this red-black matchup. Also, keep in mind, Saibates, if you currently live in the US, I have a promo going for deck submissions with our Every Plate sponsor through the end of the month. No, I didn't stop taking deck donations. I just started charging more money for them, so we don't do them as frequently. When they were cheap, all we did was deck donations. Oh, blue was on purpose. They have main deck Orvars for the inbred game. Yikes. I'll allow them to eat my 2/2 if they would like to take 7. Yep, that one can stay right there. Are they dead? So I hit them for 7, and then we get to snap Electrostatic Blast for 2. Matchup seems close, Penguin. I think it's hard for a fair deck to be too favored against this Rakdos deck, because it's just a bunch of good cards, but we have the tools to be competitive, it feels like. Leave Syphoner or Shock is lethal here. Alright, we have a sideboard plan for this matchup. Abrade, Prismari Command, Fading Hopes out, Negate, Extra Orvar, Mind Flayer in? Is that what I was doing? Oh, Cosmos Elixir in. Not quite a snap bolt, but gets the job done, yes. Someone who's snapped many a lightning bolts. Definitely got big bolt, snap, bolt energy. Are there any bolt Snapcaster decks playable in Modern right now? Are they all edged out? It's fine. Opponent notably put us on the play again. They did this in the last match we played against them too. It's definitely a cute thing to do if you think the matchup is purely about attrition, which I don't think they're wrong there, so. That implies Bolt is playable. Is Bolt actually unplayable in Modern? Sometimes people play 4 snaps in Merc type, but that seems medium minus. I also play 0 or 1 Bolt. Yeah, whenever people ask me about, do I want to play Modern again? The modern of my childhood is gone, chat. It's long dead. The format I love called Modern is rotated 2 or 3 times. If Moto was better, I'd play Pioneer on it, I think. I'm looking forward to whatever Pioneer format we're gonna get on Arena this summer. Yeah, they've basically turned Modern into Extended, is a good comparison. Oh, so if I Electrostatic Bolt, we can cheap Saiba Syphoner this turn. I could also Cosmos to get this going, but I think I want to Bolt plus Siphoner here. There are currently no plans for direct to Pioneer card drops. However, I assume that Wizards will eventually see $ light up and then change to doing that. There's so much money to be made with direct to older format card sets. What a bottom out. I have Bloodthirsty Adversary to get through a blocker here if they play one out. If they sweep me, it's not very good. I actually disagree that it's nice to mix up older formats. I think the explicit purpose of non-rotating formats is that they should be relatively stable. So if you're doing things to cause the format to not be stable, you're kind of going against the grain of what the spirit of that format is. This is pretty aggressive. It might be wrong, but like this card isn't particularly safe in my hand either, so kind of like just getting in here. Bottom anything that doesn't trigger Electrostatic Blast there. I disagree with that, Tumos. Something a lot of Magic players want is just a format that stays similar. And if you're someone that's not what you're looking for, that's okay. Like, that's what Standard and Alchemy are for. Yeah, it's nice when, like, like a new deck gets added because like a combo with a new printed card interacts in a neat way with a card from a decade ago or 5 years ago or whatever. Or like there's a small upgrade to an established deck with a card from a new set. It used to be that like a new set would drop and you would like dig through the set looking for maybe like 1 to 4 cards that might impact the non-rotating format as a whole. Alright, so our Cosmos Elixir hasn't actually drawn any cards yet, but it is keeping our life total high, and the scries have felt pretty reasonable. That being said, they keep hitting Invoke Despairs frequently enough that they're keeping us from actually drawing, which is a little sad. Well, yeah, I mean, a non-rotating format being stable is less profitable. You're not monetizing those players that only play those formats. No doubt. No doubt in my mind, a big part of Wizards' most profitable years ever was leaning into the Horizon stuff. Six of the top 10 most played cards in Modern are for Modern Horizon sets. The other 4 cards are Lightning Bolt, sideboard cards, and 3 mana Teferi. Teferi Time Raveler, such a stain. Well, my current feelings on Historic are impacted largely by the fact that I think the popular decks in Historic are all kind of miserable. So I think it would be good if Historic was a stable format, but I would prefer the decks that are stable at the top not be Cat Oven, not be blue-white control. Like some mid-rangey creature decks being the best deck in the format would be ideal for it. Ragavan wasn't a questionable decision at all. Ragavan did exactly what it was supposed to do. Just casting this Negate before it gets City Stalker kind of stored out of my hand. All right, at some point we're gonna draw a card advantage card. Nice. We're through 2 of our 4 Bloodthirsty Adversaries at the moment. Oh, I probably want to play more red lands out, huh? I didn't realize this was on blue. I have 5 blue only and only 3 red only. I should stop drawing lands, big mood. Like 2 removal spells, please. Or a Molten Impact and 1 other. I mean... Okay. Hand. Library. Exile. You knew you needed the 5 blue pro plays. Yeah, something like that. Calculated. Auto Tapper trying to get me here. Eight out of the top 10 most played creatures are for Modern Horizons 2, and Brazen Borrower and Magus of the Moon are the others. And Brazen Borrower is still a fire design card, right? Yeah. So we get to Siphoner back. I guess if they have a discard spell, they could still get us here. Talk about Cosmos Elixir keeping us in this game, by the way, though. Like, this card has gained us double digits life at this point. The shuffles from Siphoner are a little awkward with the Scries, though, for sure. Duress me, daddy. Huh? I think I'm actually just going to let this happen, because if I play it out and it dies, it will shuffle the top card of my library, which means I won't have a guaranteed instant or sorcery next turn. So I think we're supposed to let this happen. Yeah, Subnautica is not the style of game that I enjoy. All right, what am I getting back with this? Are we getting just back a Molten Impact, or do I greed a little bit and take Expressive Iteration? I'm kind of feeling Expressive Iteration, because I have a Molten Impact trigger waiting already. Oh, I could have taken Shatterskull. I didn't think about that one. Library exile. Gosh, the fact that this card puts itself back into your deck is so silly. Yeah, Cosmos Elixir was so instrumental here, huh? Well, I mean, chat, there's only 32 cards left in our deck. No blocks, go to 3. None. All right, I technically die to invoke off the top here. And library exile. All right, and I think this is garbage time now. I think we're no longer dead to invoke, and the game is. Oh, we are. No, we are still dead to invoke because we lose 1. Okay, so we gotta fade invoke for 1 more turn here. They draw a blank, they're dead to the hull. Oh yeah, Bloodthirsty Adversary would get us too. That's true. They're through a lot of those though, right? They're through 3 of those. Alright, no longer dead to Invoke. Am still dead to Adversary. Hey, they get a redraw here. Survey says they get another redraw with the blood token. Yeah, Cosmos Elixir gained us what? Probably 20 or 30 life this game? It was so much life. Big brain stuff for sure. Did they DC? Oh no, do we have the salt chat?
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
That is definitely my most watched YouTube video. Definitely my most watched YouTube video. They're adding Abrade to their deck after that game. Yeah, I mean, Cosmos was sick. Okay, so to wrap on this, after playing the red-black matchout, I definitely understand why Test of Talents was in this deck. Test of Talents is definitely absurd into the red-black Invoke deck. Maybe, rather than Test of Talents, maybe to fit Test of Talents in, maybe I want Test of Talents more than Annul. Like, this is obviously for the runes matchup, but I think with Archon and Negates, we probably cover that okay. So I think after experiencing that and knowing how popular the red-black deck tends to be in this format, I think I would play 2 tests in the sideboard. I don't think I'd main deck them. I think that's a little much. Like, the matchup doesn't seem that bad even as is, but I think drawing one of these and taking their invokes away would be a good way to slam dunk that match for sure. Big blue-red Snapcaster vibes, though, for sure, as someone who liked playing bad blue-red Snapcaster control decks in Modern once upon a time. This definitely feels like that style of thing. Hey, thanks for the 16 months, Moon Boots. All right, we'll be back with more Magic Constructed